an aura type like, hey guys, Blogging Paradise. Welcome all. We got Callie behind me. We have Cooper. Beautiful cast of characters now in our Upper West Side Manhattan house sit, which is really, really cool. Chris, thanks so much for joining, bro. Really appreciate it. And the lighting here is a little off, but it's just the best we could do. It's a beautiful apartment located 1 block away from Central Park West, so it's really, really awesome. Here on the Upper West Side of New York, and I'm just getting situated here. I don't know if I'll do as long a video because I have to do a little bit of shopping and kind of get the, well, that's a little bit better, I guess, but kind of get everything going. So, long and the short of it, guys, today we're going to talk about one way to connect with successful bloggers more easily. Hey, Donna, thanks so much for joining. Hey, Donna, just getting settled. Oh, there goes Cooper in the background, the cutest little Ewok dog that we love so much. Giovanni, thanks so much for joining and the like, really appreciate it. And look at these likes coming in, which is pretty, pretty cool. Miss Molly, Jordan, thanks everybody, much, much appreciated. And really, the way to connect with established pro bloggers that I've learned, good afternoon, Mana, from my side of things, like connecting with folks who are influencers. And just, when I say successful bloggers, I mean like established bloggers who are like just busy. They have stuff to do. They have stuff to do and they love what they're doing. But it's like connecting with these folks seems like really difficult at first. And kind of being on the other side of the coin now, I don't know if that's the proper saying, but you know what I mean, being on the other side of the fence, I could see quickly and easily, thanks so much, Alike, really appreciate you joining. I could see quickly and easily, Gareth, thanks so much, really appreciate it. Oh, look at Callie, they're hamming it up for the camera. That's Cooper Pinkerton, the Ewok dog, who's one of the cutest little dogs you could imagine. He is friggin' awesome. He's a true Upper West Side dog. Really, really true Central Park West style. Right, Cooper? Come here, buddy. Check him out. Coop. Hey, buddy. So anyway, guys, the way to connect with successful bloggers more easily is to respect their time. Now, this is not from an aspect of you're not busy. Oh, it is kind of noisy. No problem, Chris. Hey, it happens. The replay will be later, so no issues whatsoever. Thanks so much for joining in and chatting. But, like, I guess what made me create this video now was earlier today. You know, I'm an established blogger, so I have stuff to do, and I love what I'm doing. It's not like I'm Gordon Gekko or I'm rich enough not to waste time, or like that type of, like, level of obsession with time. But literally, I am just busy with stuff. Raven Tears, thanks so much for joining. So here's the deal. Recently folks have been getting in touch with me, and a couple folks have done different things where they've said, here's your responsibility, or this is all we need from your end. I'm like, okay, cool, boom, I'm in. And it's like a 1, 2, 3 quick thing on my end, and then they send me an email after that saying, okay, this, that is required of you. It's like 4 or 5 different things, and I'm just like, I can't do when you're actually connected with them. Guys on Facebook, I forgot that this is one of those places where the connection is going to be a little shoddy, so we'll keep the videos really short here. I know it just cut out, and this is one of those places, which it is what it is. So what I'd say is, guys, respect those influencers, the folks that are just established. Respect their time more than anything. Because like I said, when I'm connecting with these people and they're saying, okay, this is all I need from you, I'm like, awesome, I could do that. You know, I could work that in. But then when I get an email later and it's like 3 or 4 paragraphs and talking about we need this from you, like I just, sent someone an email before, I'm like, I can't do that, I'm sorry, but just it wasn't laid out in the beginning, so naturally I just can't be a part of that opportunity. And it was a chance that I could have connected with someone, which is cool, but obviously they could have connected with me and added my name and something I had to offer to their opportunity, I should say. So it's a lost connection, and the whole idea is if they, right off the bat, maybe sent me an initial email saying, hey, here's what we need of you. It's either all these things, and right off the bat I know, okay, we don't have a connection, or if I could see up front if they're more transparent. And the transparency, it's not from trying to hide anything, but it's just from the, thinking from the aspect of this person has minutes, or really seconds when I go through an email to say, okay, I want to be a part of this energetically. It sounds awesome. Or it's just not for me. I'm not a match. If you could keep that in mind and see things from the perspective of someone who just has their day scheduled out and who's got things to do, not from some list of I need to do it, but it's just stuff I love doing and I have fun doing, so I'm going to devote my attention and energy to that. When you could see it more from that individual's angle, Cosmo, thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Then it'll be so much easier for you to connect with folks who are established, who maybe have a little bit of clout, who have big followings, and are doing things in that real fun-loving space, and that will promote you and endorse you, that will really lift you up in the blogosphere. But so many folks who reach out, they're thinking from a more limited space, and they'll send like a 6 or 7 paragraph email, and it's like, I literally give each email like 5 to 10 seconds of scanning to say, okay, boom, because I can't do anything otherwise. I'd be here checking emails for engagements for 6 hours a day, and I can't do that because it's my prime thing is a guest posting, blog commenting, blogging, and helping people through all these different channels. So it's like, if you could think to yourself before you send an email to someone who's like an established blogger, an accessible blogger, a blogger that's itching their nose because of the allergies are kind of, well, not even allergies, but the air conditioning is kind of agitating their start box. It's one of those things where you'll start to say, okay, maybe my email, instead of being 6 paragraphs, maybe I should gain a little more clarity and understand that they don't have time for this. They're probably going to scan over my email, or their staff is, in 2 to 4 seconds, and I better just write 2 or 3 lines and say, boom, 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 it's lined up for you. Clarity, clarity, clarity. And really, that's the biggest weapon you can have in your arsenal if you want to connect with established bloggers. It's clarity. It's being clear on your delivery so you know, bingo, I can get right in, say what I have to say, and get right out, so this person doesn't have to spend more than like 30 seconds or not even a minute, more than 10 or 15 seconds reading my email, so they can know right off the bat, boom, I'm a match for this, and we can make the quick connection. And more importantly, so they don't just delete your email or just say, nah, there's no way I could do this. And when I see like 6 or 7 paragraphs, like, don't have the time for it. Nobody really does, but even if you're not busy at all, like say you're just struggling or you're a new blogger, set the energetic precedent to make people be clear with you, so they establish the clarity, so you don't find yourself sitting there reading a 10 paragraph long email for 15 minutes, because that's not your job. Your job is to not make things like an assembly line where you're just in and out as much in the beginning, but just to set the energetic precedent from a place of clarity of, okay, I'm only going to connect with clear people who are good matches. So what I'm going to do is if somebody sends me this just long, rambling email, they're not a match for me. They have to get clear before we're a match. And this takes energetic posture. It doesn't take, I don't work with these type of people or anything like that, because I've been in that space where I didn't respect people's times. I never connected with influencers or established folks because I wasn't energetic on their level. And then it's your space now, whether you're a newbie, whether you're struggling, or whether you're more established, it's your space now to say, okay, energetically, we're just not a match. So I'm just going to let these folks go, because everybody has to find their own clarity and get more and more on purpose, and feel their fears out and fear their stuff out, to be able to connect with like-minded folks who could help them at this space in their life. And by that, what I'm saying is, if you want to connect with successful bloggers more easily, get clear with your life and respect their time. Emails, 2 or 3 lines, boom. Not 6, not 7. I could just take this from you, say it's like a free ebook giveaway, and this is kind of the book, the thing that made me create this video. And I've been getting more of these recently, and most of them, it's awesome. It's just, here's the ebook, send it out, everything goes off. Hey, Cooper. Have a good one, Chris. Thanks, man. Austin, thanks so much for joining. Look at that Coop, man. Isn't he awesome? Even if it goes in and out, you're going to see a lot of Coop, man. He's an awesome doggy. Cooper Pinkerton. He's of the Pinkerton house. Latina Queen, thanks so much for joining. So guys, think about, how could I do this in as little amount of time as possible? How could I get clearer and clearer to respect this established blogger's time, so I could be in and out, so they could read my email in like 20 seconds or 10 seconds or even like 5 seconds. And it's going to force you to get really clear, and that's going to be uncomfortable, because you're going to think, oh man, I want to make enough of an impact, I want to impress them. But just think from their energy. And I know it's tough to do when you don't have stuff to do, and you feel like, who am I? I'm reaching out to them, and you'll maybe, BS yourself out. Thanks for all the hearts, guys. Really appreciate it. Of even trying to connect with an established blogger who has a following. But I'm looking at this email today and just a couple recently where I'm kind of doing a free giveaway, and I'm like, awesome, let's do it, 1, 2, 3. And then I get an email later to do all these other things, and I'm just like, I can't do that. And then it's a lost chance for a connection. Not for me, because I'm okay, but for somebody else that really could have aligned with my blog and my brand and my audience, and they would have gotten a lot more clout. Asking me after the initial email, well, just do this through your ebook, do that, it's got to be in this format, that format. And it's one of those deals where it's just such a difficult thing for most individuals to get clearer and clearer. So it's one of those things where if you are really, really focused in this idea of connecting with successful bloggers more easily, you're naturally going to, I saw that comment, I'm a mirror, I'm just reflecting back to you. Stuff about yourself. But anyway, guys, it's one of those things where if you are absolutely positively focused on trying to connect with these folks, just be respectful of their time. And if you're more respectful of their time, you're going to have so much more opportunities flow your way. And if you have a lot more opportunities flow your way, then it's going to be, you're weird. Very weird person. And if you have more opportunities flow your way, things are just going to open up for you in so many different channels throughout your blog, throughout your social media. And what's even more cool is the clearer you get, you're going to be able to connect with more influential bloggers who expand your reach even farther and farther and farther. But this is something that's it's a big challenge in the beginning because it's so difficult to think energetically from the space of someone who just has their schedule lined up and they have seconds or minutes to connect with people. And I really want to make this impact, and I'm like really connected, and I want to make this greatest impact possible, so more is probably better, and a longer email. And I want to make sure they know, all the different benefits of us working together. And it's like, that is usually gonna land you not in the trash bin 9 times out of 10, but it's one of those things where you really have to be on point and you have to be on cue. And it's difficult in the beginning. I understand that, but you have to be respectful of people's time. You have to be respectful of their schedule. And if you're doing that on a persistent basis, you're going to find your emails getting a lot shorter. And not only that, you won't throw in an email after that says, okay, yeah, I got your ebook, that's great. We're going to move forward, but I need these 6 or 7 things for you. And you'll always at that second point, 99% of the time, lose the connection, because then people are going to be like, okay, wait a second, I only have this much time as it is. You said you just needed this from me, and then you need 4 or 5 other things. So most folks will kind of delete it. I'll do my best to say, okay, sorry, I just didn't realize this was part of the deal. And if you understand that, then you'll be like, line everything up front, keep it as short and sweet as possible, just like this video, which is going to be a little shorter for me. So thanks so much for joining, Periscopers, all you colorful folks out there, all you weirdos. It's very weird people on Periscope, I'm finding, but I love them all. So, and of course, Facebookers, really appreciate it. This one might go in and out because the connection here too is not quite as hot, so these will have to be shorter. So, Olabumi, Ibij, Gareth, Mana, Cosmo. If you want to stick it out, guys, I appreciate it. If not, you can hop over to Periscope and take up the normal quotient, because again, Periscope's one of those deals, and I'm getting like more colorful comments, and I ignore them, but then sometimes I do note them. The thing is, guys, I know some folks are afraid to go on that network, or even to go on Facebook Live for fear of receiving criticism or the trolls or whatever. And I see it a little bit more in Periscope. But like I said when I made that comment before, somebody came on and said something, whatever, and I'm like, we're the mirror. And this is something too, I know so many folks are sending me stuff, I'm so afraid to do Facebook Live, and I know even with their friends' support, there's that fear there. And we're going to veer off a little bit, because successful bloggers also dive into their fears. And it's just really important, because with this happening in real time, when you can understand that no matter what you're doing video creation wise, you're so afraid your friends are going to support you, but there's also that fear of being criticized or having a troll come along. And they do come along occasionally. They're not really trolls, they're just people that are in pain and people that are mired in fear, and you're the mirror to them. So if they see you and they say something that appears to be like mean or nasty, or they appear to be a prick, they're not really being a prick. They're in pain. And that's how I personally deal with trolls. And I thought it'd be good for me to do that live. I mean, I might joke around a little bit and kind of, wink or whatever. But these are hurting people, and their only outlet is to go somewhere under a pseudonym and to say weird stuff or whatever. But they're lost. So guys, if you want to do Facebook Live videos and you're afraid of the trolls as they pop up and you'll see the comments sometimes on Periscope, understand that they're not pricks. They're in pain. And they're full with fear, and think of their life. And it's like, it's not even pity, but it's more compassion. And that could also help you when you reframe the trolls, quote unquote, and the troglodytes or whatever, if you're afraid of them for doing a Periscope. I don't want to face them. What's it going to feel like when somebody tells me I look a certain way, or I'm a loser, or whatever it is. It's how they see themselves. And when you kind of see it that way a little bit more, you'll click the live recording. Rock, thanks so much for joining. And you'll help people and do the inspirational things that help people dive into their fears, whether it's on Periscope or whether it's on Facebook. So that was just a little add-on because, again, I'm not facing it, that's the wrong word, but I'm seeing it a little bit more on different networks, and I know it's something that holds so many folks back. And really, even on the level of connecting with successful bloggers more easily. Dion, thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it. So guys, that's it for today. Call to action. Stop by bloggingparadise.com. Buy my latest ebook. Whatever it is. No, it's 15 ways to make money blogging. Thanks so much for the hearts, guys. Really appreciate it. And hey, I really appreciate all the feedback, even if it's a little less than loving. I understand, the folks out there, the fear they behind these little things, and it gives folks maybe, some sense of power. They're not pricks, guys. They're in pain. That's probably my record for mentioning that word on a video, but it's true. So guys, thank you so much for joining. One way to connect. And, really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Rock, for checking it out. You're going to respect these are shorter, or if you have a couple things you require of them, give it to them transparently through the first email connection, and it will help you foster those friendships that lift you far and wide. Guys, got to roll. Thanks so much. Okay, that name, I don't know. These screen names on Periscope are very funny. So thanks so much for joining the call. That's it for today. Stop by bloggingparadise.com. We got to roll, get some lovely groceries here in the city. Until next time, thanks, Amy. Really appreciate it. Stop by bloggingparadise.com. Sign up for my email list. Also, buy my latest ebook. And until next time, enjoy paradise.